He was a full-time middle school student. He was athletically fit. He snowboarded. He was always playing basketball, scootering.
Life was like a normal life. We had a normal life, normal school, a normal house, normal family. Well, I was in a little disbelief, and then I didn't really understand because I was younger, so I wasn't very nervous because I didn't understand anything about it. I did not really understand what was going on. I understood he was sick. I didn't understand, that it was a danger.
When I first found out Colin had cancer, I honestly don't think I understood.
I felt like I'd been kicked in the stomach. I can't even compare it to any other information I'd ever been given in my life. It was devastating, tragic, and I don't even have words for how I felt.
One of the things the nurses always said to us is that the situation would become more normal, which kind of seems crazy because how can having cancer be normal? Our home became Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and that's where we spent probably about 95% of our time. So one of the things that I got to do by having a child that has cancer, I had to learn a lot of medical procedures, whether that was changing his dressing or cleaning his central line to his chest. And I even got to learn how to give him shots. And oddly, I was the one that was able to give him his final shot of chemotherapy. And we had a big party and we had friends over and we got him a cake that said last chemo. And we took a picture of him getting his last shot from me. And it was really cool to be able to close the book on him having Burkitt's leukemia.
He was still recovering, so it felt no different when we didn't have any cancer cells. He was still sick, but he didn't have cancer.
In April, he had a pain in his arm and he asked to go to the doctor, and the doctor drew labs and we found out that he had some funny looking cells on the slide. So that night they told us that they recommended we go to Children's Hospital and get admitted again, that they wanted to give Colin a bone marrow aspirate, take out some of his cells and some of his spinal fluid to more correctly test what it was going on in his body. We did that and we found out that, sure enough, he had relapsed and he had gotten a second cancer from the chemotherapy medicine he got to beat the first cancer. So when we were told that Colin had to have a stem cell transplant, a bone marrow transplant, and we were told that that was the only way we could try to have him be cured of cancer, I think is when we really started to fear that we might lose him and that he might not be able to beat the cancer. So on July 17th, 2015, Colin got his new donor cells. And inside Colin, there's always going to be a part of him that is not him. And that's what he needs to be able to live a successful life, is stay 100% donor cells. So in junior year, high school, Colin's oncology team said, doesn't matter, the boy's going back to school. So he got to go back to school. He made it the first day of school, not the full day of school. He made it most of the day and then he got sick. He got ocular GVH, which is his donor cells attacking his eyes, and he missed the first 3 weeks of school and lost his vision. but it didn't matter. He still stuck with school. And now we're just going to take it literally a day at a time. Colin is still recovering. We're still seeing how he's doing. We don't know how he's going to do through the rest of the year and the rest of his life. But what you learn when cancer impacts your life is that what really matters the most is living day by day anyway. So that's what we're going to do. One day at a time.